Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Pokemon fans of all ages, welcome to the Pokemon Battle Association Season 5 Finals. As you guys know, I survived the first round of the playoffs, but then I was knocked out by Ace, who is right now in the foreground. In the background, we have Jake, who also beat me in the regular season. So, as you guys can tell, both of these guys are exceedingly good battlers. They're exceptionally skilled in the art of Pokemon battling. And it is of absolutely no surprise to me that these two have survived through countless battles, particularly Ace, who had to battle Arven, who had to battle me, etc. And so now here's the finals. And so I'm going to play this in a moment, and let's see who the final champion is, the final team standing. I have not watched this yet, and let's take a quick look at these teams. So Jake has a very scary team with Scolipede. If Scolipede baton passes speed to a Hydreigon, it's pretty much good game right there. Noah has some sand support. Everything on his team gets hurt by sand, so I'm not sure how well that will do, but of course Gigalith is a very, very good wall by itself. He's a pretty good standalone. We have some prankster shenanigans going on that Jake is bringing. However, Noah, aka Ace, is not bringing any dark types. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting game. Darmanitan does a lot of work to Jake's team because it gets Rock Slide and gets Flare Blitz. And that's, that's all you really need, right? So without further ado, let's start this battle. So good luck to Ace, good luck to Jake. So what do we see here? Gold Leaf Spick. Okay, so there's a Gigalith lead, and Jake sends out Juicy. Interesting. This is a 20-turn battle, so this isn't not a very long battle, not particularly long. Let's see what happens here. So Juicy starts off with Toxic Spikes. Interesting. And okay, we see Stealth Rock coming from Ace's side. So we see a lot of hazard stacking here. We see some Beast Boost, or not Beast Boost, Speed Boost, not Beast Boost. We see a second layer of Toxic Spikes. So Jake is hopefully has a nice choice Scarf user in the back. Rock Blast, that is smart because Rock Blast would be able to pop a substitute and then do damage. I did something like that against Sean, even though the opportunity didn't occur. So we see another Speed Boost. And let's see what happens here. We see an Endeavor. Okay, that's interesting. We see another Rock Blast, and it looks like this is as far as Scolipede is going to go. So Speed Boost wasn't all that important there. Now let's see what happens here. Leftovers is recovering the Gigalith, little by little. And we see East Toast. Not quite sure what that nickname is referring to, but we see a pretty heavy hitter on the field right now. Emo Jake. Okay, we see a Vikavolt, and we see a Low Kick. That's hardly going to do anything at all. Just as I thought, we see a Life Orb, and we see some more sand just whittling down these combatants on the field. And what do we see over here? We see leftovers on the Vikavolt. What's next? A withdraw. That's fine. Into the Decidueye. Okay. This is probably especially defensive Decidueye. And we see a Volt Switch. Okay. Interesting play. And we see that that was hardly any damage at all. Let's see who's up next. We see Darmanitan. And Darmanitan gets badly poisoned as the sandstorm subsides. Okay, so now Ace has a little bit of initiative here. He can just go for Flare Blitz and hurt just about anything. So let's see what happens now. Who is this? This is the Hydreigon, okay. Very interesting. So if he goes for U-turn, that's going to be super effective, and he's not going to appreciate it, as I call it. So it happens, and that is a whatchamacallit, 2-hit KO for sure. Who's next? You the Azelf. Okay, if this Azelf has Dazzling Gleam, okay, we do see a switch, so that's probably not Choice Scarf by Hydreigon. Okay, that's a solid switch in. And we see an Air Balloon. We see Dazzling Gleam. Okay. If this is a Choice Scarf Azelf, then Jake is in a fairly good position. We see Life Orb. Fire Blast. Okay, this is going to do a number. It's definitely a 2-hit KO. We see some more Life Orb chip damage, and we see Stealth Rock. Okay. So lots of hazard stacking. We see another Fire Blast. And down goes the Registeel. Who's next? Who Die Riz? Okay. So the Decidueye is back, and is this thing going to take a Fire Blast? No. Oh, is he fearing the Sucker Punch? I bet she's fearing the Sucker Punch. And we do see those Toxic Spikes and the Stealth Rock and the Sandstream. So lots and lots of chip damage all over the place. We see a Spirit Shackle, and that's probably going to take out the... No, it's not. But he cannot escape. And we do see... what is that, Leftovers? Yes, Leftovers. I was thinking Assault Vest, maybe, if this is going to be a specially defensive Decidueye, but whatever. I guess that this is where it goes down, where the Gigalith drops. I wasn't really keeping track, but I think this is now a 5-4 battle, something like that. So let's see who comes in here after the Leftovers recovery. Darmanitan, huh? Well, I guess Darmanitan can just go for another U-turn. Oh, just a Fire Punch. Okay. And is that enough? That is enough to take out the Decidueye. Okay. So I guess he figured that... Flare Blitz was not necessary. So we do see Thor, and Thor can probably go for a Thunder Wave, but you know what? It's more important to just go for the offensive here because Jake is running out of Pokemon, and we see a Wild Charge do a good, solid damage, enough to take out Darmanitan. So Thor is about half health. Who comes in now? You comes in. And I think you is faster. Base 115 versus base 111 speed. I think that's how it goes. And in comes the Hydreigon. Hydreigon's not going to appreciate. We see Psyshock. Okay. Sandstorm subsides. We see Leftovers. Azelf is faster. And what are we going to see? We're going to see Dazzling Gleam. Hydreigon is going to drop. Okay. It looks like Jake is going to win this. Or, I'm sorry, not Jake. Ace is going to win this. We see a Zelf here. A Zelf can probably go for the Ice Shard, but it's really not going... Oh, knockoff. This must be a Choice Scarf variant. That was smart, because that's how... Oh, wait. Life Orb. Never mind. Actually, wait. I think it's a speed tie, actually. I think it is a speed tie between Sneasel and the Zelf, so that was interesting. That is definitely in Jake's favor. This is a 3-2 battle now. We see a knockoff that's going to break the disguise of this guy, and we're probably going to see a play rough. No, Sword Stance. Okay. Is an Ice Shard enough to take out this ghost? We do see the Ice Shard, as I predicted. Does a solid 30%, maybe 35%, and Shadow Sneak is going to take out the Sneasel. And I think there's only one Pokemon left. Is it Thor? I don't remember now. It is Thor. Thor is the last one standing on Jake's side, I think. Yes, it is. And here's another Shadow Sneak, and at times 2 attack that is going to take out Thor, and Ace is the victor. So let me take a look here. Vikavolt survived. Shaman never got on the field. And a Zelf lived? No, a Zelf didn't live. Vikavolt, Shaman, and Mimikyu. That's it. So that's the final match of the PBA Season 5. Congratulations, Ace. Your name and your team will forever go down in history. And Jake, you had a very good battle. The hazard stacking definitely helped you, but it turns out that Noah just had... It turns out that Ace just brought more offense than you did. Scolipede didn't do a whole lot for you, and neither did Registeel, and Hydreigon did seem like it could put in a lot of work, but it just kept getting outsped by Darmanitan or a Zelf. So he just didn't really seem like the best fit in this matchup. But anyway, you still played well, Jake, and you definitely deserve to be in the finals. And so good game to both of you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then like this video, comment on this video, share it with your friends, and click subscribe if you haven't already. Mini spoilers, I will not be competing in the next season of the Pokemon Battle Association. I will be one of the moderators, so I will be doing a lot of administrative work behind the scenes, but I will not be battling. Because it's summertime and I have a lot of things going on this summer, and I'm just not going to do it. But I do hope to battle in Season 7. And on that note, guys, I will see you all later. Peace.